Good evening and welcome to the Broward Metropolitan Planning Organization's eTownHall Let's Talk Transportation. I am Jade Alexander, your moderator for this evening's event. Thank you so much for joining us. Tonight, we have brought together a group of local leaders to answer your questions about the future of transportation in Broward County.
Why do we need a transit system in a congested environment? Because in order to move people efficiently, we need to move people in larger numbers. We can't continue to build more lanes of highway. It just doesn't work. We're pretty much built out here in South Florida. The best way that I believe to move large numbers of people is through mass transit.
We're making the bike lanes much more safe, not just for us, but we have a program called the B-Cycle. And B-Cycle is it's a rentable bike, and you get a bike and a helmet, and basically you can pick it up at sunrise down on the beach and ride it up to Oakland Park or to Pompano Beach or Lauderdale by the Sea, or there's different places all around the county.
Finding and expanding different kinds of options for transportation, more reliable and cheaper options for transportation, is important for working families.
Whenever you have a good, strong public transportation system, it means that a person with a disability is going to be able to get to work, take care of their children, take care of their home, and stay living in their own home and be a real meaningful part of their own family.
Transit does two primary trips and moves two primary types of people. Number one, people who are going to work, and number two, people who are going to school. And those are the people that really, need to be supported, and so it's really an important aspect of building a community, educating the young folks, and like you were saying, the millennials who really have a preference. They're going to be on their smartphone. They'd rather not be driving. They'd rather be communicating.
The MPO has spearheaded a Complete Streets project. It's called Complete Streets, and it's a way of thinking about transportation on our streets to include all forms of transportation: bicycles, cars, pedestrians. So roads that are going to be, streets that are going to be redone, new streets that are going to be built, will be built with bike lanes. They'll be built with bigger sidewalks.
It's extremely important to the business community because, after all, it is their employees. And as any business person will tell you, they're nothing without the talent that makes up their workforce. And a poorly run, inefficient, sporadic mass transit system means delays in services, it means lateness, it means frustrated employees when they get to work. So it's really important to the business community that they have a good running transportation system.
There's a question of the funding, and again, we have a lot of needs throughout our community, and it's a question of being able to prioritize those and make funding available. One of the things that happens with transit operations is you can get money to build a system, and then there's another pot of money that needs to go to maintain it and operate that. And so that's an ongoing challenge for Broward County Transit, for Tri-Rail. It'll be probably an issue for all aboard Florida as they get started in the wave of making sure that there's the money to operate the system. And as you get more riders, you get more money in, and so it's a system that can feed on itself in a positive direction.
Currently, we do have plans to, we're working on plans anyway, to extend the WAVE streetcar from downtown Fort Lauderdale out to the airport and then down to the convention center on 17th Street. Eventually, it was our desire and our board's desire for that system to go from, once it gets out to the airport, go out Griffin Road out to the university complex.
We do not have an unlimited funding source, and we have been setting aside money on a very consistent basis to make these improvements. But this whole forum, this MPO, Broward Speaks Up, we're asking you, are you willing as taxpayers of Broward County to invest in our transportation infrastructure to get it to where it needs to be? In 10 years, we'll be at a $382 million deficit. If you want more of what you need to accommodate the 1.85 million and growing population that we have now, we need an additional $682 million to make that happen. And 7 million is what we've got right now to start this project. And I wanted to put that out there because I want everyone who's listening to this to understand that we are going to have to, at some point in time, make an investment in our transportation infrastructure. Are you willing to do that?